did a video not long ago about brewing. I got back into brewing actually because I took some time off. Some people would argue that using a Mr. Beer kit is not home brewing of beer, but I don't know. Now I also brew obviously using a 5-gallon deal. Mr. Beer is like a 2-gallon deal. But I also do the real stuff where you actually have to put in you know, the different types of grains that you're going to use. That's Zeta. The different types of yeast and hops and all that type of stuff. So I have those where I've actually made my own recipe and all that type of stuff. But I didn't do that this time. But I did alter this Mr. Beer recipe. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put that whole into, I recorded it, but I don't know. I mean, I think you guys would be kind of bored with it maybe, now that I've done it. I don't know if you guys would be interested. I may put little snapshots in it or something, I don't know. But anyhow, I'm going to now try this Mr. Beer. Hopefully, I know that whenever I did it, it was good. I cleaned everything out, just to let you know. Basically, sanitation is your biggest thing. So I sanitized everything, made sure everything was clean. Then when it came time for it to be put into the bottles, did the same thing. However, I just want to make sure that I always have this fear that I didn't sanitize something and it's contaminated. I don't think that it is. I've never had anything that's been contaminated so far, knock on wood. And I used to brew constantly back in the day. I even got one of my friends involved in brewing as well. So I'm going to test this. Now, it's still too early to actually crack this open. I'm supposed to wait until Sunday. But I'm not going to wait till then. So I'm going to actually crack this open, pour it in here, and then, I'm going to show you. This is what the Mr. Beer bottles look like, basically. Oh, thank you, Mama. Mama's going to actually hold it for me. So I'm going to crack this. Hopefully it does not spew everywhere, because that would be bad. So I didn't also leave it in the fridge for a while either. I just put it in the freezer so it can get kind of cold because I'm just kind of interested in what it's going to taste like. It should have extra ABV in it because alcohol by volume is what that stands for. It should be a higher alcohol content because I boosted it up quite a bit. So let's see what happens. That's good to hear that. I'm sure you heard it. There's some smoke coming off the top. Yeah, you gotta angle it right there. I don't know if you can see that smoke, but there's smoke there. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour it in here. You want to pour on the side. So you can't see it? Mama's directing.
Well, I'm holding the baby too. And your phone's gonna fall.
Oh, that's not good if it falls. Alright. So no, not really. You can see her little lunchbox.
Sorry.
Sorry, everybody. Mama was trying to jack my phone all up. So anyway, you can see the head on that. Now, here's one of the things. I don't know if you can see it or not. But you see that little storm behind it coming up from the bottom? So that's a good thing. When I first poured it, the head went all the way up here and then it went down quick. One of the things is that you don't want, the foam is called head. You don't want this to pop like soda. You know, like when you pour soda and it fizzes and stuff like that. You want to have a good head retention. So far, there's not a lot of head retention, but that doesn't necessarily, that's not a bad thing. It may completely disappear. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But I'm going to give it a try and see what it actually tastes like. Sorry for all the movement and the shaking and jerky stuff. But anyhow, I'm going to try it, see what it tastes like. Actually pretty good. So, doesn't have any bad flavor, so I'm I can say definitely that it's not tainted. With Mr. Beer, you can't really go wrong in terms of like brewing and how you do it and that type of thing. It's pretty simple to do. I did actually boost it up quite a bit. Just making it the way that they tell you to, it would basically be at a 3.5. I didn't go through and calculate what the ABV would be. I have a little hydrometer and stuff like that. I didn't do all that. I didn't get all serious about it. But what I did do was actually boost it up, use some couple of different modifications on it. So I used corn sugar to basically boost it up, about a half a cup of that to it. And then for the bottles, I actually put in these, what's it called? Let me think.
Carbonation.
There you go, Noe. See, I need Noe around. Carbonation drops. So I put those tablets in. I put 2 per bottle because these are pretty big bottles. Normally, you would only put 1 per bottle. I mean, a typical beer bottle. But with these, you put in 2, so it gives it that nice carbonation. And as you can see, this is about where the head retention is going to stay for a beer like this. Not bad at all. I mean, most beers that you get are going to be like this, especially this type of beer. And what? It's Oktoberfest?
It's a lager.
It's an Oktoberfest lager, I believe. So, yeah, wrong season, obviously, but it's still a really good beer. I'm going to save these, obviously, for when we go into the house. So that we can crack them open and celebrate. That's after we move everything in, because I mean, obviously, you know, if we do that. But yeah, overall, it's not bad at all. It smells really good. It smells kind of like most of the Mr. Beer kits. And what I mean by that is that if you get Mr. Beer and you brew them, they all seem to have a uniform smell, because the hops that they put in there are already mixed into the malt. So it's not like when you brew your own beer and you actually add the actual hops to it. And you can smell that, and you smell the hops, you can smell the aroma. The aroma of Mr. Beer is kind of uniform, unless you get something that's a really strong stout, then that kind of takes the smell off. But anything else, a lot of the lighter beers, you have this kind of general overall smell. It makes me think that they use the same hops pretty much for everything, or something pretty similar. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Really nice beer. It still has the little storm that you can see there. This is Hard Rock Indianapolis. This is Noelle's little glass back in the day when she was a party animal. And she was a party animal. That was a little bit before I knew her. And then when I got to know her, she was a party animal, but that's a different story for a different day.
Whatever.
She doesn't want to talk about that. There's a lot of stories that I have that I've cataloged up here about how Noe used to be. But anyhow,
This is my life.
yeah, pretty much. So anyhow, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely try Mr. Beer out if you're new to brewing. If you're not new to brewing, then soon I will probably have some videos up of some of the beer that I actually do brew. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Zeta's gonna wave at you, saying bye. Right? Right? Okay. Until next time, I will see you. Take care. She did. She went.
Yeah.